Paul, let's just start with the entirety of this thing. Under the lights, getting to be on the field with the guys that you've grown with throughout spring and in the minor leagues. How cool was this moment for you?
Yeah, it was awesome. Great to pitch a night game again. It's been a while. Thrown to Goody a fair amount in camp and that kind of thing, and it was nice to throw in game with him. Great to work with him. So yeah, just looking forward to the future.
Well, let's talk about your appearance out there. It was a short sample size, but everybody in here was silent, just watching and enamored with what you were doing on the mound. 101, 101, 102, and a strikeout for your first batter. How pleased were you with the way that you executed?
Yeah, I mean, that was big, especially, I mean, it is still spring training, and we're trying to go out there and execute and work on some stuff. So fastball command was great, working on the breaking balls and being able to throw the changeup and sinker. It was awesome to be able to throw all those pitches.
Well, one of the guys that everybody in here wanted to see as well was Jackson Holliday. After you struck him out, there was a bit of a smile. There was a moment you had with the emotion after that, and that's the hype of this game, right? Seeing prospects like you and Jackson Holliday going up against one another. So what were you feeling after you finally got that last one by him?
Yeah, it was nice. Great to, love competing against guys like that. Obviously knew the, kind of the hype around that matchup, but I've been saying it for a little bit. Like, he and I are going to have a lot more opportunities to face each other in the future, which is going to be fun.
Well, you did have an opportunity to face him as well earlier in spring, and you had told me you're really excited to see how teams start to approach your pitching because they really only had video of you from LSU. So did you go into this game knowing that they might have had a little bit more of a sample size and had to adjust to that? Yeah,
I mean, it was a little more of a sample size. It's not a whole lot, compared to 100-plus innings at LSU, but again, I'm just working on stuff right now. The characteristics of pitch usage and that kind of thing of what I have right now aren't necessarily going to be the same as in season. Just trying to get a full sample of all my pitches. So the scouting reports are kind of moot. I feel like on both sides, just because everybody's trying to work on some stuff.
Yeah, so how did you approach this one then? Because in that same exact realm, you now had seen Jackson at least once. So how did you approach that first appearance?
Both times knowing that I'm only throwing one inning, so it's trying to get all my pitches in. Obviously trying to get them out, so today it was giving him some different looks. Got deeper in the count than I wanted to, but the other time it was a quick AB, which is cool too. Quick outs are cool.
They're very cool. Everybody in here liked them. But let's talk about that velocity, because everybody in here was silent, like I said, waiting to hear that ball hit the catcher's mitt. You had told me that you want to see that velocity be consistent throughout an entirety of a game. I know you're only going one inning right now, but do you feel confident that after the 11 pitches you just threw, 8 for strikes, hit those triple digits, that you can go in entirety with that velocity hitting that range?
Yeah, that's kind of my thing, kind of the thing I like to hang my hat on. So, but it's tough because an inning or two, we're going to go out there and hopefully throw 4 or 5 times that. Over the course of a game, not 10 innings, but hopefully throw a lot more than 2 innings throughout the course of a game. So it's tough to judge right now, but once we get into the season, we'll get a good feel for that.
Paul, the last time I talked to you was when you had been drafted to Pittsburgh. How much do you think you've grown just being in major league camp around a lot of veterans?
Oh, it's unbelievable. The guys we signed this offseason and the guys that have been in the system for a while, like it's just unbelievable to be able to be around them every day, because they're established big leaguers and they obviously know what it takes to be established big leaguers, and that's what I'm trying to be. So just trying to pick their brains, see how they work, obviously see them compete. Just an awesome opportunity all around.
How much fun has the clubhouse been for you? I know there's a lot of young personalities, a lot that we're going to get to see take the field tonight. How cool has that mix been in the clubhouse and getting to be a part of it in your first spring? Just relax a little with the guys.
Yeah, it's different. I don't know which one I like more between college and a pro locker room, just because it's obviously different personalities in a professional locker room. But it's a blast to just hang out there with the guys and get around them. Like I said, pick their brain, but also have some fun with them.
Hey, the last time we talked one-on-one was at PNC Park, and you had looked out, and there was a very real possibility that you could be making an appearance there, maybe even sometime in the near future. Pirates fans are hoping, at least. If and when that moment comes, what do you want Pirates fans to know about the Paul Skenes that they're going to get taking the hill?
I'm going to compete, and the biggest thing is winning for me and the team, and I'm going to do whatever I can to help us win a lot of games.
A lot of games, hopefully, he says. Greg, Paul Skenes, very exciting fan base in front of us right now. LSU fans as well. Everyone's pumped up. You can hear the crowd in here. It was very nice to talk to you, Paul. Congratulations on a successful inning. Hopefully more to come. Greg?